with my phone here moving around. Je me réveillais à 6 heures du matin. Je prends un bus. Je regardais la télévision à 10 heures. J'aime le football.
Trying to practice what you learn.
Yes, trying to practice what you learn, and that was giving you more practice.
That's a very good thing. Bonjour tout le monde. We are here again with École Victor Hugo, and we are pleased to have an opportunity to have one of the students and one of the people, former student of Makerere, who is a French speaker already. Yeah, a French speaker. So we realize that French is a language which is being spoken all over the world, but it seems like it's a language which is just new in Uganda. So it is always been rare to find people who speak French in Uganda, especially Ugandans, of course. So he's Ugandan and he speaks French. So it is interesting for an anglophone to learn French in an anglophone country. So he's here with us. So he's going to share with us some interesting things about his journey for learning French. Would you like to kukanga us in French a little bit? Bonjour.
Bonjour tout le monde.
Comment ça va?
Ça va bien.
Et vous pouvez vous présenter, s'il te plaît?
Oui, moi c'est Jabel Kugonza. Je suis étudiant ici à l'université de Makerere. Maintenant, je suis finaliste.
Finaliste, c'est-à-dire en troisième année?
Oui, troisième année. Oui, j'ai fini les examens. Mais maintenant, je vais graduer.
Et il va finaliser avec ses études.
Oui.
So he's a French speaker, and just a few questions. So at what age did you start learning French?
That was 19 years of age when I joined Makerere University.
So you are in first year at university?
Yeah.
So that's when you started?
Yeah.
And how long did it take you to be able to speak?
It took me quite a long time. Quite a long time.
Like years?
Yeah, more than 1 year. Yeah, because I was doing a lot of practice, reading a lot, but that capacity to speak came after, I think I was in second year. Yeah, but in the first year, you would just speak the basics. Bonjour, ça va bien?
Trying to practice the little you knew.
The little you know, but speaking some good French was in second year.
That is very cool. That is cool. So what prompted you to learn French in this country where it feels like you may not even need it? You know, we use English here, not French. So what made you want to learn French?
Okay. Now, for starters, French came to me unexpectedly.
How?
Because I applied to do another course. But they gave me under social sciences to do French beginners and other subjects. So I was expecting to do other subjects, so I was given French. So initially, I wanted to do other courses. So I ended up settling in French, where it became my secret weapon. But essentially, there are some incidents that I can recall that gave me that urge to go on with French. I remember at that time, we were in year one, and I had joined the executive of the French club here at Makerere. So it was rare to find beginners there because it was essentially for advanced students. So for me, I had an opportunity. I applied for representative for beginners. So I was a cabinet member. And I remember there's an incident where we had a lady from France. She was called Dr. Pellegrini. She was coming here to evaluate a project that our university was implementing.
Makerere University?
Yeah, FSPI. So that project was under the French government. So when she came as the cabinet of French club, we convened to meet her. And everyone there was presenting themselves in French.
Yes.
But for me, unfortunately, I couldn't. So I had to present myself in English. So that incident has always been disturbing me over time. It disturbed me over time.
You don't want to, you hate defeat.
Yeah, I hate defeat. Everyone is able to present themselves in French. But for me, Not because I'm a beginner, but there's a way how I felt distinct, like I was different from other
You are
people.
the only one, like the odd man out.
I was an odd man out, you know,
Yeah.
my professor was there. So that gave me that courage. I became aggressive in learning French. But that was, you know, I think the incident that prompted me to become more aggressive to study French.
Hey.
Yeah.
Okay, that is really interesting. Eh?
Yeah.
It's really interesting to be challenged like that. Eh?
Yeah.
At least not everyone was challenged like that. That need to learn the language because you see like everyone around you is speaking it except you. Eh?
Yeah.
Did you find any challenges?
Yeah. When you're
as you were learning this language, you found some challenges. Eh?
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, we are in a country that doesn't speak French.
Of course.
It is English predominantly here. So it is very hard for you to find people speaking French on the streets, to find people, you know, speaking French at home in the communities. So for my case, I remember, as I said, the challenges that I got, being challenged, like you want to speak something. So what I did with regards to French, learning French, I remember I used to make fake phone calls.
Fake phone calls, eh?
Yeah, so it is a challenge in its own because you're essentially, you know, making yourself, you know, making a nuisance of yourself.
How were the phone calls? Tell us about the fake phone calls. Can you elaborate?
Yeah, so I used to go back to hostel and I wanted to learn how these verbs are conjugated. So what I used to do was I used to get my phone, go into the recorder, set it, then start recording myself. I move around, you know, pretending that I'm making phone calls. So, but in the real sense of it, I was not. I was just speaking to myself. I was practicing. So, my neighbors.
There are some words that how you used to say how they used to say the phone calls in French.
Yeah, so I would make an effect. Yeah, I remember I used to be at my hostel during my free time. So what I did was I put on the recorder in my phone. So I started recording myself moving around hostel, making this fake phone call. And what basically I was doing, I was trying to perfect. I was playing around with the verbs.
Yes,
so I start with my phone here, moving around. Je me réveillais à 6 heures du matin. Je prends un bus. Je regardais la télévision à 10 heures. J'aime le football.
Trying to practice what you learn.
Yes, trying to practice what you learn, and that was giving you more practice.
That's a very good thing. So what was it like to learn that language? What was it like to learn that language, that process? What were the challenges?
The first challenge is learning a language that is not spoken in your country.
Yeah.
Because Uganda is predominantly an English country. We speak English. We use English everywhere. So it is very hard for you to find French. So that is a very big challenge. For me, I encountered that challenge. And other challenges that I faced was you are trying to listen or you are trying to read things that you don't understand. You are listening to Radio Francais.
And you don't understand.
You don't understand anything.
That patience of listening to what you don't understand.
And reading what you cannot comprehend.
It also helps, eh?
Yeah, it helps. So that was a very big challenge. And also I don't have people to practice with. As I said, here in Uganda, it is very hard to find people speaking French.
And also material.
And materials are scarce. You can only find them here at Makerere or maybe Alliance or maybe Bonjour Kampala. But also getting them to the process. So, yeah, number of challenges.
Okay. And how long do you think it took you to be able to be confident? Confidently speak?
Okay, I was confident from day one. But however,
I mean to be able to express yourself as you are now.
After about 1.5 years.
So it took you like 1.5 years?
Yeah, to start speaking French. Like
That's good.
Yeah,
that's good because a lot of Ugandans learn French from O level until A level, but still they have problem with speaking.
Yeah.
Because it's anglophone country.
Yeah.
And okay. I really it's hard for to learn French in Uganda. it's an effort. It's a big effort because we are anglophone. So of course there are some things that you have to do like regularly to keep improving. Do you have some?
Yeah. The first one is reading a lot.
You read a lot?
Yeah, I expose myself to French-related material. I find French-related materials and, utilize them, read them. However much things are hard, but I try to read. The more you read, the more you understand. The next time you come back, you remember a word and you build from there. Then what I did also is listening to French audios, French news. I always utilize Radio Français, RFI.
RFI.
RFI, oui.
Radio France.
Yeah, Radio France. Yeah. So you listen, but you may not get what they are saying, but with time as you go on, start connecting words. If you hear a word that next time you come and you learn another one. So I do that as well. Then I've already told you about the fake phone call incident.
Fake phone call,
Yeah, I always do that. Yeah, sometimes. Yeah, to gain more confidence.
So you used to do them because you didn't have any person you could talk to,
Yeah.
Direct person.
Yeah.
But now you have friends you can talk to in
I
French.
have friends, yeah. I have friends that I talk to in French. Yeah.
And it improves more and more and more.
Yeah, more and more. Yeah, the more you do it, the more you become
confident. It's challenging to learn French in Uganda.
Very challenging.
And it is also challenging to learn all this French and at the end of the day end up being undervalued.
Very true.
Is Osango Muntu, you interpretation services, they are going to give you 20,000 shillings for an hour. You see something like that?
Yeah.
They undervalue because Ugandans don't know the value of this language.
Yeah.
They don't know the opportunities in this language. So sometimes they just learn the French at university and then they can accept any offer. You get it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I understand you were in the French club at Makerere University.
Yeah.
How do they call that? They call it Makerere French Club?
Makerere University French Club.
How is it? How did it help you really improve your French?
Well, for starters, the first thing, I got an opportunity to be on the executive committee of the French club. As a beginner, it was very hard, but I got a position there, and I was representing all beginners from year 1 to year 3. So it is mandatory for each French club member to present something in French. Whenever we have activities, whenever we host activities, we always have activities here every semester on Fridays. So we have different presentations. So as a cabinet member, you're supposed to present something.
You're already on the cabinet?
Yeah, I was there. From year 1, I was there.
That's good.
So that gave me that platform because other people were also presenting. So that challenged me more. So whenever we had activities, I was always the first person. I was always the first person to organize. Later on, I became the chief of events. So it was mandatory for me now to learn French because you are challenged. People are coming. They expect you now to be, a leader, exemplary leader. So you have to practice a lot so that you present, so that you are not embarrassed.
Okay, that's good. Do you have songs? There are some, I like Congolese authors. I hear Congolese singers, artists. They help students in Uganda here a lot to learn their French. Did it help you? The Congolese?
Yeah.
The Lingala, they mix French and
all. Yeah, now there is an incident that I recall. There is an activity that we had in the French club. So that activity, I presented a poem, but also a song. I mimed the song. I love Yalevi. Yalevi is an artist from Congo who sings French music. So, but for me, initially, I thought he was from France because I love this song, Kacha, Mbangute, and, Yanakati. So I mimed Mbangute on this ceremony.
Mbangute? I don't know how they sing it. It's like I know that song.
Yeah, it is Mbangute. So, but for me, initially, I thought this song was entirely in French. So
and then you learned Lingala and French, thinking that you're learning only French.
Yeah, so after when I checked, the song was both in Lingala and French.
Very resilient boy. That's a sign of goodwill.
Yeah, goodwill.
That is a sign of like very la volonté. C'est la bonne volonté to reach that level.
Voila.
So now, after all that process, I know the process continues.
Yes.
And especially with our problem here, the content is scarce. Into books, to get books, you can't buy your own book. You just borrow. So you can't go to Aristotle to buy a book in French. They are not there.
They are not there.
But anyway, we shall keep on going and moving, improving. And Can you talk about some opportunities
Yeah.
that you think French has, just to encourage other Ugandans who may want to?
Okay, I'm going to speak about my experience. So, because of being able to learn and speak French, I've had opportunities already. One of the biggest opportunities that I had last year was I got an opportunity to work with the Office of the Prime Minister. So I was interpreting for people on the move. So that was a very good opportunity. I met people from other cultures. I was able to practically use French. That was an opportunity. We have had another opportunity of hosting the ambassador here.
Monsieur Xavier Sticker.
We had him last year.
Good
I met him. We had pictures. That is a very big opportunity, meeting an ambassador of a big country like France. I also had other opportunities. I met the director of Alliance. He invited me. We had tea. Other opportunities. I'm now a consultant.
You're a consultant already. You're working, eh?
Yeah,
Because of French. Okay.
yeah. But when, for example, people want to take up, language lessons, they come to me. So I'm already a consultant. They ask me about language. What do I do here? I want to learn German. I want to learn Spanish. So because of my experience, I tell them. So like that consultancy, but also I'm working with another international agency. So I'm using French. So that is another opportunity.
Oh, that's good. That's really good. Eh? And you just finished your studies.
Yeah,
imagine.
Yeah.
And there are already opportunities. So this language is very, very beautiful, and it's necessary, especially with the globalization. We live in the global village, and most Ugandans don't know the opportunities that are there when you learn a second language. Because these days, even jobs, the better paying jobs are the ones which require bilingual people, you see, or bilingual, even more languages. So languages are very important, eh? And it's an encouragement. And your story is an encouragement, brother. C'est très bien. On a un grand plaisir d'avoir été avec vous. C'est très bien. Et merci d'avoir partagé ton témoignage. C'était un bon témoignage. Et j'espère que même la prochaine fois, on aura l'occasion de parler. Ah, d'accord, très bien. Alors, merci beaucoup, mon ami.
Maybe a word of encouragement. Yeah, so I want to encourage whoever is outside there that being bilingual is paying highly. Ben has already told you, if you are able to speak two languages, you are going to have opportunities. Companies, organizations are looking for bilingual people. So I want to encourage you, because there are very many people who ask me, Jabel, I want to study French, I want to learn Spanish, but it is hard. So I'm here to encourage you. I studied French in year 1. It was hard, but the resilience, commitment, that passion. Look at the next 5-10 years. Don't look at tomorrow. So meaning learning a language will take you time.
It's a long process.
It is a long process.
It has no time limit.
Yeah. So just be ready. It is going to disturb you mentally, psychologically.
You just start the journey and continue consistently at any pace.
At any pace. So I'm here to encourage you. So if you are bilingual, you are going to have many opportunities. You are going to explore the world. So please take up languages. Chinese is there, Swahili is there, Arabic is there.
A lot of languages.
A lot of languages.
But just take up languages.
Take up languages.
So we are here at the language Lincoln Flats.
Yeah, Lincoln Flats.
Is it language department?
Yeah, this is journalism.
Journalism.
Yeah, Department of Journalism. But however, the French Club has we have our section up there.
So we're at Makerere University. It's a very beautiful place, and of course it's raining. We have to be resilient because we have to make this interview.
Yeah.
But I'm glad to have been with Jabel Kugonza, Monsieur Jabel Kugonza, and I guess I will have another opportunity with him to talk about even other things about language, right?
Oui, merci de m'avoir aujourd'hui.
Ok.
Je suis très heureux
très bien.
Ici avec
nous sommes les plus heureux, nous sommes très très contents.
Oui.
Plus contents que vous.
Et moi aussi.
Ok, très bien.